Hello everybody and welcome to day 25 of 30 days of bullet journal doodles. Today we are going to do some sleepy style doodles. So we're going to do an alarm clock, a bed, and a sleep mask. So let's get started with the alarm clock. This is one of my favorite doodles that I've turned into icons and I have simplified and I have added extra details to, so feel free to take this one and run with it. So I'm going to start with a circle and then I'm going to add 2 half circles on each side up top. So it kind of looks like a little bear head with ears, and then I add very small little U shapes on top of those half circles and then rectangles coming out the bottom for the legs. And then I make a second circle inside of the main circle, and that is for the frame of the alarm clock, and then mark the center and place a time on your clock. It doesn't matter what time, but with a short hand and a big hand. And then we will trace over all of our lines with our small-sized pen before going in and adding in the dash marks on the inside of the clock. Now for the clock hands and the tick marks inside the clock, I will be using my extra small point pen to draw them because they are very fine and the arrows at the end of those hands are very small, and so it's easier to decipher what they are with the smaller point pen. So now we'll just go ahead and erase any pencil lines that are left over, and then that is completely done, and all we have to do is add our final details. So I'm going to add all my tick marks, and I do this by marking all 4 of the major numbers on the clock, so 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then go through and fill in 2 between each space. And then the last thing you can do is you can add these little art shapes coming off the top of the bells to make it look like it's ringing. To draw the bed, we are going to pick up our pencil and we're going to start with a horizontal rectangle, and this will be the headboard on the bed. And then we're going to draw one more rectangle connecting to the bottom that will be the actual bed, the mattress part. After drawing our bottom rectangle, we are going to take and bring the bottom part of that out, so we're tapering it out instead of in. And then where those lines come there at the end, we are going to add a very short horizontal rectangle, and then we'll add 2 very little rectangles on the bottom for the legs of the bed. So now we're going to start drawing in kind of to make it look a little bit softer and not so harsh edges. So we're going to add some very soft edges for the blanket. So along that middle rectangle, I'm making some wavy lines for the blanket and then dropping that blanket into that third rectangle and making a wavy line across. So I'm going to go through and outline all this now just because I don't want to get all these lines confused. So first I'm outlining the blanket that I just drew, so the wavy lines that cross over that middle and bottom rectangle. And then I will draw the bottom portion of the bed here, and I'm just following those sharp lines, and then the legs, and then the headboard as well. After this, I do want to erase my pencil lines just so that I can start with that fresh blank template that we have so that we're not looking at too many pencil lines when we get into these other details. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make these soft rounded rectangles or half ovals for the pillows. And then right on the corners, I'm adding just these little round knob things, kind of as if the pillows had been fluffed from the corners. And then to the back of the headboard, I just wanted to add a little bit of detail, so I'm just adding 2 horizontal lines right along the top. And then for fold lines in the bed, I am going to draw some lines right along the edges where the edge of the bed would be, but the covers are still folding there. And for that, I am going to pick up my extra small point pen just to do that because I'm not trying to make these lines super apparent. They're not supposed to be the standout part. They are just to show a little bit of depth and dimension. And I'm going to also use my extra small point pen for the pillows because they do have those little round knobs at the top of the pillow cases, so that I wanted to be able to decipher those easily with the extra small point pen. Our last doodle is going to be a sleep mask, so we are going to start by drawing a oval that is horizontally oriented, And then we're going to take and we're going to refine that shape to give it the little piece that would go where your nose is. So we're just going to bring it up in the center and create this arch shape right in the center of our oval. And then next we will go ahead and add the band around the back. So I'm just going to kind of create this wavy line. I'm not making it perfect. I'm not trying to do anything too perfect with it, but when I go back with my second line, I do want to make sure that that line is parallel to the line we just made so that it stays a consistent width throughout. So now I'm going to take my small point black pen and I'm going to outline all of the lines that we've made so far. And then the last step before wrapping up, I'm going to add a second line around the eye mask just for decoration, and then I'm going to also add 2 arches with some little lines coming out for some eyes with eyelashes on them, just again for decoration, so you can choose if you want to do that or not. But this wraps up day 25 of our doodles. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for day 26. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'll see you guys tomorrow.